Stay safe world here. You already know what's going on. We got to talk about the situation with SeptembersRich dissing Autumn on his new video basically that he just dropped. I mean, it's pretty on brand because if y'all knew, basically I guess for a certain period of time they've had beef and shit, but we're gonna get into all that. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and let's run it up, man. So in case you didn't know, SeptembersRich, he has had harsh feelings towards this man for a minute. I mean, ever since Autumn and Yeet have had beef, they've basically been trading shots for a while now, and it all kind of just started from a falling out and shit, and then now they're as uncool as ever. Autumn just dropped his new single Jumpin', and then he dropped a video for it on DOTCOMNIRVAN's channel, and then unprovoked, out of nowhere, this man just said the video was terrible. Even though I'd say the video honestly is pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. But the thing about it is crazy is this man literally waited literally 0 minute. It's he had a notification on for DOTCOMNIRVAN to drop this shit and then to comment his hate on it, because the man .com dropped the video literally an hour ago, and this man literally a second after the video was dropped on his fucking Instagram posted that the shit was terrible. It's mans didn't even look at the video at all. He didn't even attempt to look at it, and he already called it terrible, man. It's you can't make this shit up. It's kind of hilarious. It's probably trolling at this point, and it's pretty on brand. I mean, that whole group has had beef for a minute. In case you didn't know, they've been accused of saying that they ran off with each other's style and shit. I mean, in reality, you gotta admit that I mean, just based off what I see, Autumn was kind of the one that put Yeet on. Sure, Yeet ran off with this shit and started this whole movement and had everything going, but the first traction that he kind of got was kind of with Autumn in that group. And then SeptembersRich, I mean, indirectly was fucking benefited off of Autumn too because of that. I mean, he's Yeet's best friend, and he's Yeet's artist, and he's kind of relevancy comes from Yeet, you feel me? So it's how, I don't know, it's you gotta give credit where it's due. And I'm not saying that Autumn made SeptembersRich by any chance. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's yo, I mean, there would be a Yeet, but I feel the ascension wouldn't have been as fast if it weren't for Autumn. Plus, Autumn was the first person with that whole style, you know, the whole throat weird style shit. So I feel that's something that is definitely overlooked, and I feel Autumn is pretty underrated, and I feel in my opinion the video goes hard. I'm not saying one is harder than the other or anything like that, but fans were going super far with the shit, saying that he was Yeet's cheerleader, he was only relevant because of Yeet, and they were dissing this man September heavy on that comment. I don't even know why you would leave a comment a second after someone dropped a snippet or whatever of a video. But the whole thing that I feel is weird is just I feel SeptembersRich, I mean, he was probably trolling there and just doing that shit because he thought it was funny, but I really feel this man SeptembersRich has potential to really be lit. I be listening to some of his shit and I'm yo, this nigga fire. All he needs to do, I feel it's better just to stay out of the beef, because it's why even bother doing that shit? You see Autumn, this nigga focused on his own shit. He's not really dissing niggas right now. I mean, pretty sure they were dissing people a couple months ago and shit, and you know, with all this SoundCloud rapper, I mean, new age rapper niggas, it's temperamental. Sometimes they be dissing, sometimes they be not, sometimes they be cool, then they switch up. It's a whole bunch of shit like that. So obviously I'm not expecting them to be cool, but it's I feel it's a waste of time. I really feel you're gonna lose fans if you're beefing like this. If you're gonna beef with someone and you want the relevancy, then you gotta pull up on them. I'm not encouraging violence, but it's realistically, think about it, that's the only way you're gonna gain fans, because that type of controversy goes up, and that's what people really want to see. Or drop a diss track. Commenting and being on Instagram and shit like that, it's really not gonna really go anywhere like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. Let me know in your comments. You think that SeptembersRich is the reason why he's here is because of Autumn, or you think it's backwards? But I don't know, man. It's kind of funny at the end of the day. Hopefully nothing bad happens with either of them, and no crazy activity happens, nothing like that. I don't wish any violence on anyone, but it's just hella funny how he just dropped in second after the snippet dropped and he said that shit was trash, man. Honestly, bro. But the video was hard. I fucked with it. Go check out DOTCOMNIRVAN's video, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, peace.